Happy New Year! Or late, depends on when I upload this. I'm Andrew Wang. Guess what I'm gonna talk about? Yep, that's right. It's gonna have something to do with rocketry. Again. So, what wonderful things do I have to say? How about let's go browse the list of new space launchers on newspace.in. Yes, let's see what wonderful creation modern day people are trying to build. Let's see which ones of them are money laundering things. New Space Index. It's a good resource. You can find satellite constellations and small launchers and even space funding. So if you want to start a new space company, you can browse through it, especially the space funding part, so you can get money. Let's take a look at every single one that's here. This is gonna be great. Okay, so obviously the first new space launcher is the Northrop Grumman Pegasus rocket. I don't know why it's listed XL on here. I'm pretty sure the original version counts as a new space launcher because they developed it by themselves. But yeah, it's kind of boring and it's horrifically expensive. It's still operational, actually. They still launch, except no one wants to launch on it. There's much cheaper options like Electron or the Falcons family. Next one, what? What's MIT? MIT? What is MIT? Moscow Institute of Thermal Technology. What? Thermal technology, I guess? They built the second new space vehicle, which is creatively named Start-1. It launched 7 times, actually, and according to this, it's still operational, but I know it hasn't been updated in a long time, but apparently it's still operational. Maybe, probably not, but it's pretty small, just 170 kilograms to orbit. Northrop Grumman again. Ooh, it's a Minotaur, aka an intercontinental ballistic missile, but then they decided, yeah, we don't need it anymore. We'll just turn it into a rocket. Boring. Lockheed Martin, Athena 1. Boring. Lockheed Martin, Athena 2. Boring. Marikov OKB. I don't know how to pronounce it. Excuse my language, but it's pronounced something like Shitl. Shitl. Wow, what a wonderful name, Russia. It's retired. Launched 2 times, 160 kilograms to orbit. Nah. Northrop Grumman, Minotaur 1, still operational. Pretty famous. It's only the government can launch on it, though. So you can't launch your satellite on it. Only the government can. That's sad. Ooh, look! It's Zhongguo, China! The cask. That's probably not what it is in Chinese, but cask. The 开头子. The 开头子. 开头. 开头, what does that mean? I forgot. 开头, I think it's kind of like start. It's just Chinese Start 1. Except it launches even less payload. It's 100 kilograms to orbit. Launched 2 times and is retired. Okay, I guess. Then, of course, SpaceX Falcon 1. Yeah. Ooh, burning through time. Let's skip to the fun stuff. Ooh. No one cares about you, JAXA. Alright. Let's start here. Rocket Lab Electron in 2017. It's operational. Yes, launched around. It's launched a lot. That's why the stock's going up. The thing that's funny is that even though it's such a famous vehicle, they don't actually have a picture of it. They have what's the picture? They have a picture of the batteries that they use to power the engines. Cool, I guess. It's an interesting vehicle. X-Pace. If you see a rocket company with a horrific name, it's Chinese. X-Pace. Okay, yep, Chinese. 300 kilograms to orbit. The 魁走1A. Also known as 飞天 1, which, from my limited understanding of Chinese, means Fly Sky? Fly in the Sky? Whatever you say. Land Space. The Zuku. I don't know. I have horrible Chinese, by the way. Don't let the squinty eyes fool you. I'm an American. Yeah, it's retired. It was really just a demonstrator launch. Land Space is actually progressing more than any other Chinese company. Because they're getting on their way to making a Falcon 9 copy. And yeah, sure, Falcon 9 copies, it just sounds really cringe, but don't tell me you don't buy stuff from China. Don't tell me that they're not copied from the United States, okay? And plus, it's cheap. And you probably can also, you probably don't even need to go through ITAR. But, also it's illegal for you to do it. To launch a non-Chinese payload on it, because America says no. Wow, look at this wonderful company called China Rocket. I wonder what country China Rocket is from. That's right. They launched the Smart Dragon 1. What? It's also called Qilong, which is I don't know, quick dragon? I don't know. Their names are just horrifically inconsistent. I'm aware that it's launched at least once, but that's the one that failed, and they just haven't done anything since. Sorry. iSpace. Not to be confused with iSpace. Or OneSpace. They all have similar names. I'm sorry, it's just Asian companies, yeah. So, iSpace launched the Hyperbola. Shuang Kuqian. Oh, this is gonna be fun. 2019, operational, launch 6 times. I guess it works. 5 million a launch. It's not that bad for a solid fuel vehicle. OneSpace. OneSpace is, if I'm correct, is either a Chinese company or a Japanese company. Let's see. Imagine if it's a Korean one. Yep, Chinese. It's Chinese. Please do not confuse OneSpace with OneSpace. Easy way to tell the difference is between the Chinese OneSpace, which is the one that we're talking about right now, is stylized as O-N-E, like the word spelling of one. And then the legit OneSpace is just, the number 1 and then space. I believe they launched a few times. Oh, by the way, I could be wrong about that. I don't know. It's not my fault. It's their fault for being Asian. Astra! Rocket 3. Actually, Rocket 3 has never reached orbit. It was Rocket 3.5 that reached orbit. And then they promptly ditched it because, guess what? The U.S. Department of Defense said, no. We're not launching on you guys. So now they're making Rocket 4. Great. X-Pace again. The Kuizhou 11. 1,000 kilograms to orbit, so 1 ton. It's not that bad. Let's see what it looks like. Oh no, it looks like an intercontinental ballistic missile. I mean, it technically is. Galactic Energy. They just asked ChatGPT to generate these Chinese names, okay? Galactic Energy, the Series 1. Yes, their rockets are named after minor planets in the asteroid belt. That's what happens when you run out of ideas. Galactic Energy is working on a larger rocket, which is called the Pallas 1. Just a note, the Series 1 is smaller than the Pallas 1, but Ceres, the minor planet, is bigger than Pallas, the minor planet. I guess these people didn't look up Wikipedia. Oh, wait, yeah, Wikipedia is illegal in China. Sorry. Yeah, Virgin Orbit. Yeah, this is gonna work wonderfully. They went bankrupt. Firefly Alpha. I love it. It's great. It's a great vehicle. And people throw a lot of hate at it for not being fully reusable. Oh, shut up. No, you don't need to be fully reusable right now. Okay, they're just trying to make a living off of rockets. Unlike SpaceX. What's SpaceX even making? You think they're making money? No, they're not. The Korean Space Agency, the Nuri, also known as Scud, but with extra Scud. If you don't know, Scud is a short-range ballistic missile that was produced by the Soviet Union and basically sold to everyone. The interesting thing is that it's being used by both North Korea and South Korea, so that's funny. But the Nuri is just a bunch of these tied together. Actually, no, apologies. Nuri is not a Scud. I think it's a Zenit. Yeah, it's just a Zenit. It's just a Zenit. Zenit is a Soviet medium-lift launch vehicle, turned into Russian. It's very similar to a Falcon 9, by the way. That's why all the Russians keep on saying that Falcon 9 is a copy of Zenit. It's not. And Zenit actually was one of the first commercially launched orbital vehicles. It's produced by the government. It's produced by Energia, which is, government owned, but for some time it was launched by a company which had actually an oil rig, and they would put the rocket on it and they would sail it to the equator. So the company didn't actually produce the rockets, it just sent the rockets to the right place. Ooh, look! 2 Chinese companies in a row again. Time for my horrific pronunciation. CAS Space. Which I hope doesn't stand for Chinese Aeronautics and Space. They launched the Kinetica 1. Okay. Also known as the Zhongke. I'm not pronouncing that right. I'm American. Li Jianyi. It's also called that. I don't know why they have to make so many names, but each one of these Chinese rockets has multiple names. Oh, look, China rocket's back. Back with 1 ton. The Jilongsang, also known as the Smart Dragon 3. Operational, launched 2 times. Yeah, I guess it's actually launched 3 times. I'm sorry, I was reading the wrong one. Oh, look, it's India. I don't think that counts as a new space vehicle. It's produced by ISRO, the Indian Space Agency. Okay, please stop. No, I'm not insulting ISRO. Please stop sending death threats to people who don't like ISRO, okay? And no, ISRO isn't godsend, okay? They keep on pumping lakes full of chemicals. You complaining about Japan doing that? Well, you guys do it too. Stop worshipping ISRO. Land space. Again, the Zhuku 2号. The Zhuku 2 is what Americans call it. Operational, launched 3 times, a ton to orbit. Oh, look at this wonderful name. Space Pioneer. Launched the Tiangong 2. Not to be confused with the Tiangong space station. They all have very similar names, unless you're Chinese, then they don't have similar names, because then you actually understand the language. I don't understand the language. It's launched once, 1 ton to orbit. I assume that it has funding. It says that it doesn't have funding, but, a rocket needs funding, and it says it's operational, and it's launched 1 time, so I have reason to suspect that it does have funding. Oh boy, ABL Space Systems, RS-1, 2023, it's not operational anymore. ABL Space Systems decided, you know what, we're giving up on this. We're not building orbital rockets anymore. We're gonna build hypersonic missiles for the US military now. They launched once, but they're too cowardly, so we didn't get to see it explode. They released some footage, but they just refused to release any footage of it falling back down and exploding. When I start my company, actually no, I'd probably not, because, that would make my investors run away, so. Now at least SpaceX lets people see it. Ooh, Relativity Space, the Terran 1. Retired, 1 flight, that was a failure. But I like it, it's completely 3D printed. It's the future. Space 1. Okay, Space 1. They're very different, okay? Space 1 launched Kairos. It's actually launched twice. It launched very recently, unless we're talking about different companies. We might be talking about different companies. I don't know. I don't care. Okay? And we're also approaching the ones that aren't launching. Because, today's the last day of 2024. And from what I've seen, Astro Rocket 4 hasn't launched. Arca Space hasn't launched their Eco Rocket. Avum has not launched the Raven X. Acrux has not launched the Montenegro. And most importantly, Black Arrow has not launched Black Arrow. Yeah, Black Arrow is a British company, as you can tell. Yeah, so these ones are boring. I think the most interesting one here is the Black Arrow. It's called Black Arrow 2, but from my research, they have not developed a previous vehicle, which means that it is, in fact, named after the Black Arrow, the original vehicle created by the Brits to launch, and it was actually pretty good. It would have been pretty cheap, but then, of course, Parliament. So they canceled it after succeeding to put stuff into orbit. They could have made a lot of money, but, politics. Actually, it wasn't even just politics. It was just the Brits, the British government saying, "What's a rocket?" I'm sorry, that's wrong. What's a rocket? Horrible accent. Whatever. C6 launch systems. We don't even know the name of their rocket, so it's guaranteed that they're not launching this year. It's supposed to cost $7,000 to launch. I highly doubt it. Let's look at their thing. It doesn't even have a proper render. Kone. I don't know what it is. I think it's Brazilian. Is it Brazilian? I hope it's not Iran. It's Argentina. Yeah, Argentina. I don't know how that counts as new space, but they're developing the VLE. It's in development, 80 kilograms to orbit. It's not launching this year, I'm sorry. CTA. Oh dear. It's another Chinese company. Let me check. It's Brazil, actually. It's a Brazilian company. CTA is developing the VLM. It's not launching this year, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for everyone here that says that they're going to launch in 2024. Unless there's like a billion launches today. No, it's not going to work. Deep Blue Aerospace. Ha! I wonder where that's from. It's from China, of course. Horrible names all come from China. Launching the Nebula 1. They need to stop using ChatGPT, okay? Everything ChatGPT pumps out is like a star-chasing dream unicorn flying shooting star or some other weird stuff like that. Gilmore, launching early next year. Launching the Ares rocket. Now you might say, what do you mean they're going to launch next year? They're probably going to launch in 2030 or something. No. By no, I mean that it's on the pad right now. Like, it's just sitting there. It's been sitting there for a long time. Don't worry, since it's a hybrid rocket, the solid fuel is completely fine. Because, your phone case is completely fine, and the solid fuel that Gilmore is using is made of the exact same thing. It's just paraffin wax. Or something, I don't know. It's also an Australian company. Which is, I assume, a Japanese company? Yep. Japanese company is launching the Epsilon I guess. Not launching this year. Into orbital systems. I've been waiting 3 decades. Even though I've been alive for only 1. For you to launch your stupid Neptune rocket. You were so close to launching it. But then you decided that it would be best if you switched to another design. After you had already built a flight-worthy prototype. Yeah, they're gonna go bankrupt. ISAR Aerospace, Germany. Spectrum. No, it's not launching this year. It's an interesting company though. Laros. Not launching this year. Link Space. China. Orbex Space. British. No, it's not launching this year. Orbit Boy. Orbit Boy? Huh. I wonder what your rocket's called. It's called Boy Launcher. What? Oh, yay, everyone. We're entering the zone of still 2024. Okay, what's next? Perigee. Blue Whale 1. I don't care. I don't care about the South Koreans. No offense to South Koreans, though. Phantom Space. No, you're not launching. Promin. I contacted the CEO of Promin on LinkedIn, and I saw that he clicked into my account, because that's how LinkedIn works, and he saw I'm a kid and he decided not to reply. So I highly doubt that it's legit, and I'm like 90% sure that he's just trying to get money. Because his website gives absolutely no details about how this works. It's going to be a small rocket, and it's going to eat itself to fly. Any more details? No. Python. Eiger Space, also known as they're launching the Eiger rocket, also known as Python. I highly doubt that they're legit, because they are trying to build a small launch vehicle, a Mars lander, not only that, a manned Mars lander, and a space station. I highly doubt it. I contacted them, no reply. I highly doubt them. Reaction Dynamics, Aurora. No, it's not launching this year. Rocket Factory, Augsburg. No, it's not launching this year. I contacted them. I asked them, yeah, so Rocket Factory, Augsburg. I contacted them. Let's see. Yeah, I asked them, is the multi-booster rocket on your logo like a nod to the original German rocket company, OTRAG, and they said no. The funny thing is the person who replied me is one of Lutz Kaiser's relatives. I think it was his cousin. So Lutz Kaiser's the guy who started that thing. Rocket Group, not to be confused with Rocket Factory, is developing. They're developing the Darwin 1, apparently. So Darwin 1 is supposed to be a rocket, and I don't know why they named it Darwin. Okay, Darwin ain't got nothing to do with rocketry. Not only that, when I tried clicking into their website, I had to click a few times, and each time I just got an ad for porn. It was only on like the 7th try that I actually got their website. So, no, they're not legit. Sidereal Space Dynamics. From, wow, Tuscany. Exactly where I am. They're trying to develop a SSTO, which is going to launch exactly one CubeSat. They actually have working hardware. I'm excited to see them launch, or not launch. I don't know. Skyroot. In India. Skyrora. Britain. What? There's a Chinese company called Space Trek. Space Trek. Not Star Trek, it's Space Trek. They're trying to launch the Jingtu E. I don't know. Whatever. Thai Space. It's from no, that's not. It's not from Thailand. It's from Taiwan. It's trying to develop. It's kind of like Gilmore, except like a bit more Asian. I like their vehicle. It's very interesting. Via Space. Ooh, 2 hybrid rockets right next to each other. Dauntless. I love it. They used to be called Rocket Crafters, by the way. I don't know who came up with that name, but that's a horrible name. Via Space is much better. But there's a movie about, like, this astronaut who's I think like a Mexican immigrant who worked in California on like a plantation, on a corn plantation, and then in the future he becomes an astronaut. Uh, I I think he's the CEO of that company, and that's why he chose Via. Via means like something in I don't know. I forgot, man. I forgot. Anyways, they're trying to make hybrid propulsion. Vector launch. Yeah, they went bankrupt and then they unbankrupted. Ooh, 25 minutes. Okay, that's not good. Speed run. Alright. Talon Space. Boring. Bellatrix Aerospace. No. Orbit X. No. High Impulse. Maybe. InnoSpace. No. Interstellar Technologies. Absolutely not. iRocket. No. Jamin Enterprise Space. No. Latitude. No. Nord Space. Maybe. Pipeline 2 Space. So basically, they want to build a pipeline that sends stuff to space. And I don't mean like a metaphorical pipeline. I mean a literal pipeline. I mean like literal pipes. No. PLD space. Yes, it's gonna work. Okay? They've already got pretty far with their suborbital stuff. They're very close to an orbital launch. Sirius Space Services. No. Space Engine Systems. No. The rocket's an SSTO. That's a plane. It's called Hello 1. Absolutely not. SR Space. You're a scam. You have a cryptocurrency. I'm not paying any of that. Wagner Space Systems. No. Avium. No. ACARE. No. Avio. No. Dark. No. Equatorial Space Systems. Yes. I only said that because I contacted the CEO and he seems pretty nice, but then I asked him too many questions and he stopped replying. Gaia Space. No. Hyperspace. No. Maya Space. Maybe. Rocket Sand. Probably not. Spin Launch. Absolutely not. Stoke. Yes! Alpha Impulse. Alpha Impulsion. Alpha Implosion? No, you're gonna implode. Voyager Mayan. No. Honda. Yeah, Honda, the car company. They're developing a rocket. I don't know. Pyrolink. No. Arugula. Arugula Space. Just kidding. It's pronounced Aruiga Space. I'm just gonna call it Arugula Space. Arugula is in Britain. It's called rocket. So I guess that's where they got it from. B2 Space. No. Black Star Orbital. That sounds scary, but okay. No. Blue Shift Aerospace. Building the Red Dwarf. No. Celestia Aerospace. No. Dawn Aerospace. Maybe. Evolution Space. No. Exospace. No. Fast. No. Phoenix Space. No. Gloyer Taylor. No. Hypersonics Launch Systems. No. LESAF. No. Lunar. No. Lunar is spelled the same way as like the what was that company that builds lunar landers? Whatever. Their stock ticker, their stock symbol. Yeah, same it's the same spelling. Just not all caps. Meridia Space. No. I'm pronouncing these all wrong, by the way. I need to hurry up. Space. No. Opus Aerospace. No. Polaris. No. S-Motor. No. Space Darts. No. Tachyon Aerospace. Absolutely not. Tehiru. No. UP Aerospace. No. Vogue Aerospace. No. Wave Motion Launch. No. Expo. No. Zero to Infinity. I love the design, but no. Rocket Star. No. Astro X. No. Oh, we're diving into the stuff that's probably not gonna fly. Like, none of these are gonna fly, okay? These are all concept or canceled. Aphelion, no. Avalon, no. Avio, no. Well, actually, no. Avio's gonna launch. Yeah, it's the Vega Sea Light. They're gonna launch. Black Star Aerospace. No. Black Aerospace. No. Black Sky Aerospace. No. Kelt. Maybe? CloudX. No. CloudX. No. Crest Astra. No. Cube Cab. I think I get the point. I think I understand the name, but no. Firehawk Aerospace. No. Independence X. No. Kepler Aerospace. No. LIA Aerospace. No. Mastera Space. No. MT Aerospace. I'm just gonna skip ahead because none of these. Ooh, look, it's a canceled ones. Lex Aerospace. And its logo is the atheism symbol. No. Haha, we're done. Wow, all these wonderful launch vehicles, none of them are gonna fly except for the big ones. Yeah, the small launch bubble is gonna burst. Okay, these are not gonna work. Ad Astra per nomen Day. Now, Segura!